Hello guys, welcome to Dedicated Core. In this video, we will show you how to install the Django web framework on Ubuntu, that is Linux based platform. So let's start the process. Django is a Python web framework for developing a dynamic websites and applications. Okay, so to install a Django, we have three different methods. First, global installation from the packages. Second, install with pipe in a virtual environment. And third one, install the development version with the help of Git. Okay, so all the instructions and the details are already given in the video description. Now we will move towards with the help of directory, that is a global install from the packages. Okay, very first we has to update our entire repository of the server. To update the repository, we can able to use sudo space apt space update, and you can able to see that within few seconds your repositories get updated. Let me clear the screen. Now we will first check the Python version available on the server. Please make sure that if the Python is not installed, you should have to install a Python first. To know how to install a Python on Ubuntu, we have already created a video guide and the link is already given in the description. You can able to follow and watch it. So in our case, we have already installed the Python. Now it is time for installation of Django. The process is very simple. In this case, we just have to use this command, and the Django name will be python3-django, and simply hit enter. And you can see that installation process has been started, and it will ask you for the continue permission. So say yes, and the installation will finish within few seconds. Okay, after that we will check the version of Django that we had installed on the server. So in this case, we are using Django 3.2.12 version. So that means Django installation has been successfully completed. Please wait, because if this method does not work, we have already created standard documentation and link is given in the description. So you can able to go and get the commands and start installation of Django. So let's move towards how we can able to run a Django. Very first, we will create a directory. After that, we will enter into that particular directory. So now you can able to see that we are in the Django-test. Once done, we will create a virtual environment. Okay, to create the virtual environment, we can able to use python 3 space -m vem and space our environment name. Okay, once done, here we got the error, that is venv is not installed. To install the venv, we have to use this command. It will ask for the permission, say yes. Please make sure that we had created a lot of video guides on servers. So if you wanted to know how to set up a server, you can able to follow our YouTube channel. Again, we will try to create environment. You can see that environment created successful. After that, we need to activate that particular environment. So here, source space, we have to enter the environment name and /bin/activate. Hit enter. So it demonstrates that in the start we are having a name called as a my_env. So that means our environment has been activated. After successful activation, it is now time to install Django. Here we are using a pipe method, and you can see that the process is going on. Let me clear the screen. Here I will enter this command. So in this case, you can see Django admin with the start project command. We will call our project Django project, but you can replace this with a different name. Start project will create a directory within your current working directory that includes management script and directory, that is manage.py, and second directory that includes actual project code. So hit enter. After that, we need to migrate database, and hit enter. You can see this command is executed successfully. Finally, let's create administrator user. That can be used Django admin interface. Let's do this with create super user command. I will hit enter to keep at root. Second, enter the email ID. And third, it will ask for the password. Again, enter the password and almost done. You can see that super user created successfully. Now, to successfully test your application, you need to modify one of directory in the Django settings. Open setting files by typing this command. In this case, we are editing a file called settings.py. In this case, find the variable called allowed host. And here we need to enter the IP address. Before that, we will first edit this file and let me enter the IP address. Here you can able to add a multiple IP address by just separated by comma. And here in a single quote we can able to enter the IP address. If you have multiple IP address, in that case just enter comma and enter the another IP address. Okay. Now time to test the development server. Before that, let me save this file. Okay, save successful. After that, let me clear the screen because we has to do certain settings. Okay, these settings are very first. Since we are running a server, we has to allow certain ports from the server. So in this case, we need to enable the 8000 port from the firewall. And for demonstration, I have already installed UFW on our Ubuntu or Linux based operating system. To know how to manage and how to use different firewalls, we had already created a video, and for the UFW, the link is given in the description. You can able to go and learn how to use UFW. Let me check first the status of firewall. You can able to see that it is in the active mode. So very first, what we have to do, enable the port. So simply enter this. And you can able to see that port is enabled successfully. After that, let me reload the firewall so to update into the firewall. Done. Firewall has been reloaded successfully. Once done, it is now time to run that particular file. Which file? Let me show you. manage.py. Okay. Here we can able to use this command, but here we need to replace this with the server IP address. So server IP address I will enter here. This is our server IP address. So please make sure that this is a demo server, so not required to get access or try to manipulate the server settings. Okay, so let's begin. After that, hit enter. Done. So we can able to say that it is now time to test the Django on live browser. Very first, I will open a browser and simply enter IP address :8000. So you can able to see that the install worked successfully. That means our Django installation and the simple testing has been completed successfully. This way we can able to do Django installation. Hopefully you got the solution, and from the start to end we completed our 100% installation of Django.